Hi. I work at a health food store. If you don't know what health food stores, we pretty much just sell three things. We sell kombucha, salt lamps, and lies. And people in the city just eat that shit up. They're like, nom, 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 we love it. Give us more. I'm trying to be a good employee, but it's hard, because customers are so dumb. Like, I was putting out Kale the other day, and this customer came up to me, and she was like, "You're putting those out with your hands?" I was like, what? Yeah, everything you see I put out with these hands. Like, hands have been the leading technology of putting out for millions of years. That's what I said with my eyes. What I actually said to her was, "Yeah, I just washed my hands." And she was like, "Hands are hard to wash." No. Hands are actually the easiest thing to wash of all time. Because when the left hand is washing the right hand is washing the left hand. It's synergy. In fact, if you were washing anything, you were also washing your hands. The hands are not hard to wash. Do you know what's hard to wash? A boat. That's hard to wash. Nobody has ever cleaned a boat. If a boat gets dirty, you write your ex's name on it and you sink it in the gorge. Hands are not hard to wash. Do you know what's hard to wash? The inside of a tent. That's hard to wash. I've never had to have a friend help me wash my hands. I've never had to pull out a vacuum to wash my hands. I've never had to turn my hands inside out and leave them to dry in the sun. Hands are not hard to wash. The customer kept going, and they held up the kale in the air, and they're like, "This kale is too big." And I was like, who do you want me to tell? Who do you think cares about that information, you know? Nobody. But I did what anybody in here would do in that situation. I tried to gently squeeze the kale into the bag. And she was like, "You can't squeeze kale." And I was like, bitch. If there's one thing in this entire world I know, it's kale. You can squeeze it all day long. It's half the recipe, okay? Like, I've taken kale, put it in a blender, blended it, opened up the top, and it still looked like kale. I work at a health food store because I have a lot of health problems. And growing up, I was very sick. I don't know how to put this nicely. I had a yeasty butt. I had a candida yeast infection in my intestines, and yeah, I know. It was so bad that if I could get drunk off of Skittles, yeah, I could not only taste the rainbow, I could feel the rainbow. It sounds amazing, right? It sounds like the best Canadian superpower of all time. But it's not fun when you're hungover and you're 12. You can't be in math class and be like, "Hey, teach, can you keep it down? Last night I got into a box of Ferrero Rochers. I got smashed off 2 Kit Kats and then blacked out." I've tried every health craze out there. The most extreme one I've tried is a coffee enema. Yeah, I put coffee up the wrong way. And I think a lot about what type of beans you choose to do it with says a lot about you, you know? Like, if you're posh, you choose Starbucks, you know? Like, I only choose Pike Place for my type place. But I chose fair trade, organic, locally roasted beans, you know? Because I'm better than all of you. I'm a dad, and I'm glad that I'm healthy now, because you need so much energy to be a dad. It's a lot of work. It's hard being a dad. Like, the other day, my son put a plastic bag on his head, and I had to, like, snatch it off him. And then my son looked up at me, and he started bawling so hard. He was crying and crying, and I'm like, I almost put the bag back on. But I was like, no, this is for your future. I like to smoke a lot of weed, but I don't like to smoke weed around my son, you know? I don't want him seeing his dad, you know, having more fun than him. But one time I got super baked and I watched my son. And we had a great time. We watched Incredibles 2 and ate 7 bananas together. It was magical. It's actually the day my son said his first word. I'll never forget it. He looked up at me and he's like, Dada, no matter what you believe in, if you believe in God, science, or the universe, you have to believe that something came from nothing. I was like, wow. Somebody can't handle their weed. Oh, rapscallion. And then my wife came home and she's like, where'd all bananas go? I was like, be cool. I was like, what bananas? And she's like, I bought like 6 bananas. And my son was like, 7. And she's like, wow, you can talk. Bananas are amazing fruit. I feel bad for those people who are afraid to eat bananas in public, you know, because they're phallic. Because I'll eat a banana anywhere, I don't give a fuck. I'll eat a banana on a bus, wearing a mask. I'm reckless, okay? I'm audacious, I can't be stopped. I'm crazy, okay? You don't know who you're messing with. Last night, 10 p.m., I made granola. With no oats. Yeah, it was straight nuts. Don't come at me, okay? I know what I look like. I know I look like a human meerkat. I get it. I know I look like both characters from Ratatouille. I understand. But I'm feisty. I'm like salsa. I may be mad, but I'm actually mucho picante, so don't fuck with me, okay? I used to get in fights in the scariest place. The scariest place is Bible camp. The scariest place is you don't know which side Jesus is on. As you can probably tell, I am circumcised. I'm circumcised. And we found out that we're going to have a boy. Me and my wife, we had to do some research. And we investigated and we tried to find out why do people still circumcise their sons, you know? And the number one reason people still give nowadays to circumcise their son is that fathers want their sons' dicks to look like theirs. That's weird, right? That's fucking weird. I don't know, maybe there's some dudes in the back that are closer with their dad. But I've never once compared dicks to my dad. I've never gone up to my dad and be like, hey dad, come on, whip it out. Look, same. Fuck yeah, let's go fish. But the main reason why we didn't circumcise my son is because it cost $600. That's steep. Me and my family, we discussed it, you know, and we decided as a family that we would rather spend that money on weed. When my son was born, it was actually a super intense experience. Like the labor was 39 hours long. And during it, a couple times my son was like, he was turned the wrong way, and his umbilical cord was wrapped up. And the doctor had to go in there and like, you know, try to rotate it. And like, but just before the doctor went to do that, I stopped the doctor and I was like, you're gonna use your hands? Hands are hard to wash. That's my time, guys. You guys have been a great crowd. Thank you very much.